I also compared different types of dead baits like roach, mackerel, sardine, perch, sea lamprey, trout, and even a small dead pike in my side-by-side tests, and shiny fish such as roach, rod, small bream, etc. gave me the best results. Sea fish like the sardine, for example, could be suitable as well, but its body is not that firm, so sardines and mackerel did not sit on a rig well. So we keep a very slow moving or even a slightly shaking shiny dead bait very close to the bottom. Is there anything else? Yes. I compared the same type but different size dead baits, a roach in particular. And I learned that a dead bait that's as big as 2/3 or an average man's palm size up to full palm size is the best for any size of pike during the cold season. Pike can take a bigger dead bait as well. I managed to feed them half of kilo plus dead roach and even 1 kilo farm dead bass, sea bass. But during the cold season, pike usually won't swallow the entire dead bait in one go, so they can miss the hook, or you would need to feed 2 or even 3 treble hooks, which is not very good from the pike safety point of view, because if a pike manages to take the entire bait with 2-3 treble hooks, then that pike can simply die before you release it. And by the way, most of real fishermen in Ireland release pike always the same as other fish. Some people take trout, but pike always was released in Ireland for many years, so that's why there was lots of pike in Ireland. But okay, this is a different topic. Lately, when mass of people from Eastern Europe come to Ireland, they unfortunately follow traditions their own countries, and they are taking pike, and often they are breaking regulations. They are taking more than one pike and bigger than 50 centimeters, and pike literally disappeared from small canals, small rivers and small lakes. Like for example, even 5 years ago, I'm not saying earlier, I could go to any canal for 1, 2, maximum 3 hours with any lure, and I could catch few pike, really. But now we'll see if I catch anything. Okay, it's winter and pike is slow, but still it doesn't really matter. So it's bad, really bad. People shouldn't do that, because Ireland is a small country, very small if you look at the map, and so many fishermen fishing. It's sad. So I'll continue about the topic. And if a pike doesn't intend to swallow the entire dead bait, it usually grabs it by its belly. You can see it in my videos in video fishing playlist. I saw it many times. In general, the position of a dead bait is not that important, because a dying fish could be found its head down or belly up, or doesn't matter how. But of course, if you are trolling your dead bait, then it can't be fitted by its back, because the head has to be positioned towards. But if a pike doesn't swallow a dead bait in one snap, and it grabs it across the bait's body, then the pike almost always manages to somehow flip it by hitting it, so the pike could grab it by its belly. which means if you are setting one treble hook, then it would be more reasonable to fit it on the belly side, not on the back side. If you decide to use two hooks, then fit one on the bait's belly and the other close to the tail. If you are trolling at that bait, it would be good to make it sway, some rolling movement from side to side. You can do that using weights and insert floats. The worst action, on my opinion, would be spinning rotation or just sliding flat without any action. Okay, finally, a dead bait has to be in good condition, or other words, not too soft and not too dry, with intact fins and tail, because they will provoke the pike to attack a dead bait if the pike comes closer and inspects the bait visually. I usually defrost dead baits right before fishing, and I keep them then in a box on the ice during fishing. There is still no guarantee that pike will take even good and really well presented dead bait, so you could think that there is no fish. Wrong. Many times I saw in my underwater videos how winter pike were following and checking dead baits before taking or rejecting them. A pike actually could follow a bait for a quite long time, again, if a bait was moving very slowly. Touching the bait, hitting it with its head and even the entire body. That's why you can hook a pike by its body, even snapping it a few times. That's why you can see some light action of the float. Plus of course, all the time constantly watching the bait, checking if it is a real fish or a fake one. Plus probably and most likely smelling it until the pike decides whether to take or to leave the bait. I saw many times, again in my videos, how pike refuses to take even the freshest, good quality plus good size, well presented dead baits without any visible reason. But on different days the same pike would take the same dead bait without any hesitation. So if you know or you suspect that there is a pike and you have done everything properly but have caught nothing, don't give up. Come back again on a different day and you eventually will be rewarded. So let's repeat again one by one the main rules that I would recommend to follow for successful pike fishing during the cold season. Number 1, use good quality and average man's palm size shiny dead baits like a roach, rod, small bream, etc. Number 2, make it move, but if you are trolling it, keep the speed very low. As I mentioned it before, 1 meter per each 3-5 seconds maximum. And if you use a float, then just leave it unless the surface is absolutely calm, in which case try to move it from time to time, making some sort of micro retrieves. Number 3, if you are fitting one treble hook, then fit it on the bait's belly. And if you are fitting 2 hooks, fit one on the belly and the other close to the tail, because during winter pike often grabs the bait by its tail.